We're in a crisis, a global health crisis. And I'm not only talking about COVID-19, I'm talking about climate change. My name is Albermann. I'm a fifth-year medical student and climate activist in Zurich, Switzerland. And I'm currently serving as the Swiss Youth Health Delegate to the WHO and the liaison officer to the Federal Office for Public Health of the Swiss Medical Students Association. And I'm a participant of the first Catalyst Lab of Collaboratio Helvetica. A quote that really inspired me by Albert Einstein is, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." So following Einstein, we need a new way of thinking. So this sounds good. But when I started becoming an activist, I was told I want to solve problems, I want to contribute towards health, I want to become active. But I felt totally unsure when it came to this new way of thinking. What does it even mean? In the healthcare sector, nurses, doctors, or medical students like me, we know when there's a sick patient in the emergency department, it's not just sufficient to stick a band-aid on the wound. We take the time to do anamnesis, further clinical examination, X-ray, we run a blood screen in order to find the source of the problem, and then we treat it. For us, it's clear, only fighting the symptoms will help only short-term if we don't know the source. And this image of symptoms fighting, it's similar to the way we try to do health politics and activism in Switzerland. We see a problem, we put a band-aid on it without taking the time to go deep. So what does going to the source mean for the current situation of the climate crisis and a global pandemic? COVID-19, a zoonotic disease, has delivered a stark lesson about the global interconnectedness of human, animal, and planetary health, known as the One Health concept. And in the times of a drastically warming climate, the decisions that are taken during the next 18 months will fundamentally define the health of all future living beings. What we see now, all governments and politicians around the world have mobilized huge amounts of money to save economies during the COVID lockdown. But we need to face the fact that aiming to recover an economic system that inherently fuels the climate crisis in order to finance climate action is just as absurd as it sounds. It's just putting a band-aid on the problem, right? And our current system is not broken. Our system is doing exactly what it's supposed and designed to be doing. And it can no longer just be fixed with such a band-aid. What we need is a new system. And this is where the Catalyst Lab comes into play. Here I got to know people from different backgrounds, from different parts of Switzerland, all different sectors, all generations. And for the first time, I got to experience that, wow, there is a way of coming together in a healthy way. I got to learn in order to do systemic change, I also need to be open to question the system in myself. I need to question my very own hierarchies and paradigms. And this process takes time and courage and also a bit of vulnerability, because during all my ongoing projects and initiatives, I need to take time to pause and question the way of thinking within myself. From which mindset do I act? What are my values? And the Catalyst Lab offered exactly that. I became aware of those paradigms and learned more on how to act from a healthy point of view. And this gave a new quality to all my work. And yes, sometimes this kind of work is super abstract. And I'm not saying that I found the perfect solution, but I found methods to navigate my projects, to go deep to the root causes and discover those new ways of thinking that were mentioned by Einstein. So right now, I'm continuing this work with the Health for Future movement, the One Health group of Collaboratio Helvetica, and building up the Swiss Youth Health Alliance and youth participation within our Swiss healthcare system. And I'm spreading this way of working with other young people and raising awareness of this healthy way of working together. As a future doctor, what I wish for is having healthy people on a healthy planet. And we young people, we cannot do it alone. As a member of the generation that will face the consequences of the decisions made today, I encourage you to join forces for a greener and healthier future.